and welcome back to my channel, Thrifty Day. On today's episode, I have a jam-packed episode. I'm going to be showing you my new personal journal. I am going to be sharing some happy mail, and I'm also going to use this happy mail to do a simple layout because it's also beautiful and I'm so grateful. So let me set this aside. I'm going to start with a quick flip through. This is my new personal journal. If you were interested in seeing how I created this hidden binding journal, please tap the link in the description box below and it will lead you to my Patreon. I did share the whole process over on Patreon, so if you were interested and you wanted to join our little community, we'd be happy to have you there. Every tier does receive happy mail from me every month, and you can see the process of how I created my new personal journal. So as you can see, I used a Little Women cover. I've been wanting to use this for quite some time. My dear friend Diane gifted this book to me and I was excited to use it. So it's a beautiful copy and I added some gold corners, and as you can see, a whole assortment of tabs because I love tabs. And I'm just gonna do a very quick flip through because since it's my personal journal, I keep it as basic as possible. I just add a whole assortment of vintage pages from storybooks and craft paper. And I did buy this wrapping paper because to me, it seemed to fit the whole aesthetic of Little Women. And I just put it all together in a sort of general way. I do like to challenge myself and create a lot of space for me to be able to journal much more organically. And so yeah, I did find this vintage, I think it's like a Learn to Draw Houses book. I found that at a book sale not too long ago. So I was very excited to add that. And then other than that, there's just cardstock, a lot of vintage graph paper and vintage ledger paper, which you can find in my shop. I do have a lot of that available still. I will be restocking some that have sold out. I did pick some really pretty cardstock. Most of my cardstock I get at Joann's. Some of it is also thrifted. I'm always on the lookout for paper pads that I can find at the thrift store. And this was an old Learn to Paint magazine. They're like these extra large magazines, and I found those at the thrift store. So yeah, that's about it. Most of my trim for this particular journal is vintage. It's either trim or ribbon. I collect it. Whenever I see trim, I purchase it. In fact, the other day at the thrift store, I found 2 huge rolls of vintage trim and I bought them both. So I probably won't break them out till after Christmas, but that is what I do. That is my process. So I hope you like my new personal journal. I'm very excited to journal in it today. And I have a flip through of my complete journal coming very soon. So let me set her aside and let's get into the happy mail. This mail is from my friend Jackie. We connected over on Instagram. So if you want to follow me on Instagram, that'd be great as well. I'm also on TikTok and Facebook. You can find all of that information in the description box below. But she sends me the most beautiful happy mail. And I actually think she sent me happy mail the last time I had a new journal and I used it for a layout. So it's like kind of becoming a tradition. It's like she knows or something. So thank you, Jackie. But first there's this beautiful vintage postcard. How beautiful were postcards? And it's embossed, you can feel it. Oh my goodness, I'm definitely gonna use that. This fabric, Jackie, you know me so well, like it like screamed to me the moment I opened this mail. So I'm definitely gonna use that too. This is sort of like a big printable, like a big flashcard. It says quail, obviously. And again, I want to use it. I feel like Jackie and I have the same sort of vibe. This really cute little envelope with little vintage cars and trains and robots. A tag. You all know I am obsessed with tags, so that's lovely. This looks like an envelope. I didn't even realize that at first, but look at how neat that is. I'm definitely going to be using that on one of my layouts. My favorite colors are orange and yellow and green, so that's really neat. This is beautiful. It looks like she made this dress. Jackie, if you were there, let me know. This is beautiful. It's origami. Look at how pretty that is. So that will definitely be used in this journal for a layout. Not this particular layout, but my goodness, that's lovely. Some really sweet stationery, craft paper stationery. And then, oh, some stickers. How cute is that? And then a whole assortment of different vintage patterns because she knows, oh my gosh, this one is my vibe. Because she knows how much I love patterns, and I'm just so grateful for people who pick up on the details. This just warmed my heart opening all of this. So I wanted to share it all here on Facebook or YouTube. Oh gosh, y'all, I'm getting my platforms messed up. But I wanted to share it here on YouTube. I will probably share it on Facebook too. So thank you so much, Jackie. I'm going to get into the layout now, and I'm going to use some of it today. So I picked out a few of the pieces I knew I wanted to use. I grabbed some supplies. I have my brand new journal. And I think what I'm going to make sure I get right into this journal is my I voted paper. And I'm going to use my little sticker because hopefully everyone went out there and voted. And then I was at a yard sale, and there was just this little box of trinkets. And they're all really cute. They're just like some vintage keys and an honor roll pin. I will probably use this in my Christmas journal, so I'm going to go ahead and just set that aside. There's like a little heart pendant. This is a little bird pendant and a little flower. I don't know. I have a hard time passing little things up. Let me find my tweezers so we can, you know, free these keys. I just love little things, and I always feel like somebody put a lot of care to keep all of these little keys together. I mean, look at that little vintage wire. So I always try to rescue the little things. I don't know, maybe that's silly, but it's all very sweet. So I want to use something from here just to sort of honor, you know, the memory of somebody I didn't even know. But so I will use that on there. And for now, I'm just gonna pop open this journal, and I'm gonna find a layout to use. I always just sort of do this very organically. I don't really know, but I think I'm gonna use just this full sort of page right here. I have this. I have all these, I have this, and I also wanted to sort of use a pattern. So maybe I won't use this layout. Maybe I'll use one that needs a little more covering. So perhaps I'll use this one. My thought process was I'm going to use this as sort of a background to just sort of decorate the page. So let me see. It looks like I can just sort of go with the flow here. I'm just going to trim this down. I know a lot of people say, oh my goodness, you are destroying the pattern. I still use those. And while I can totally appreciate that, my main thought regarding upcycling of books or patterns or things like that is oftentimes these are pieces that we're going to be disposed of. So I am still using them. It's just in a different way than perhaps you would use it. And that's okay. We don't all have to use things in the same way. And so I just hope we can all sort of see the value in how people use different products. So I don't have any intention of sewing and making the pattern, but somebody else may. So instead, I'm going to use it in a creative way that I see as important and for preservation purposes. So hopefully we can all agree on that. I'm just going to fold that right over onto the next side, mainly to add a little bit of stability to that page, although that's a pretty thick book page. And I sort of love this picture, so I don't want to cover it, but it will add just a little bit of creativity there. So, okay, that is beautiful. I'm very happy. So for now, I'm going to put that aside. I do think I want to add this quail card, and I think what I'm going to do is just staple it on because I want it to sort of hang off to the end. I'm going to, as you can see, this page is a little bit smaller. So I think what I'm going to do is make it a little bit taller and elongate it a little bit as well. So by doing that, I'm going to use this little card, and I'm just going to sort of staple it right onto the page, and that looks perfect. So we have a nice little base happening here. I'm very happy about that. I'm actually wondering if perhaps I should somehow put that in there. I'm going to take my sticker off because I don't want it to get covered. I didn't take it off on election day because I knew I wanted to put it in my journal. So I'm just going to stick it over there for now. And I am going to just take this piece from my voter's guide or whatever this was from. And I think I'm just going to sort of stick it right here, sort of right in the middle. So you can still see, you know, the information, but it's not like sort of very obtuse on the page because it's very bright white. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to sort of do this, and I'm going to get my PVA glue, I think, because it's a little bit stronger. And I'll start on this side, and I'm just going to add a little bit. Hopefully you all went out and voted. It's very important to do, especially in these times. And it was pouring rain over here on voting day here in California, so that made it fun. But I still did. We still went and voted, and it was so important. And I love being able to show my children the importance of voting. And if you can hear all that clicking around in the background, that is my senior dog, Barley. He is just very restless in the mornings and at night. He's almost 15 years old and he weighs 100 pounds. And I think we are at the point where we're struggling with a little bit of dementia with him. So that's a little bit heartbreaking, but he's doing great. He still has a really wonderful quality of life. But I have noticed in the mornings we're struggling a little bit. So if you could hear him clicking around, that is my sweet Barley. And I just love him so much. He's quite loud though, because he is so big. So you could probably very much hear him. Okay, I kind of want to put this on here, but I don't really want to cover up the date. So I might have to trim it, or maybe I'll put it on this side. I'm not even sure. I think I want to use this for some journaling. So I might even just use a paper clip to put this up top. And I sort of really love the way that looks. Maybe I'll put my fabric just down here because that's just so pretty and it adds so much texture. I think that's what I'm going to do. So again, I'm just going to add PVA glue. I love, love, love adding fabric to my journals. And the reason I love it is not only because it adds texture and it adds just a whole nother layer of color. I just love preserving a swatch of such beautiful patterns. I love fabric. I love fabric shopping. I always have. Before I was a journal maker, I was a bow maker. And my favorite thing to do was to just go through and shop for fabric. And so how cute would these bows have been? Oh my goodness. So I used to make very unique bows. I used to use vintage patterns and vintage fabrics, and I loved that aspect. So I think that's sort of why I love to preserve just little pieces of fabric in my journals, because it just is something that sort of makes me very, very happy. So now that I have that really cute little fabric on there, I want to pick a little something to use. I love this key. It's so beautiful, but I think I want to use it for like a journal charm. So maybe I'll use something a little bit smaller. There's a little bird on this, and there's a little quail here. So maybe that's what I'll use. And this is going to be very simple since this is fabric. I'm just going to use this bulb pin, and I'm just going to just put it right on the fabric like I normally would, and slip it right in there. And so now I have a really sweet little like piece of hardware on there too, and it just looks pretty. I don't know, I just sort of love it. And I also have my I voted sticker, which I sort of want to put on there, but I actually feel like I need something in the corner here, and I'm not sure what. So I think what I'm going to do is find my Your Creative Studio goodies that I used in my last episode, because I think I could put some sticker down there. So let me go grab that. All right, so here are my Your Creative Studio supplies. This is how I organize. And so you'll find a lot of Your Creative Studio supplies in here. I keep my sort of bigger pieces on the bottom. And so I'm wondering if, oh, look at how cute. There's little birds here. Maybe I'll put some of those stickers on there. Look at that kitty cat. I love kitty cats. I feel like I have little bird paper somewhere. Now that I feel like I have, look at, it's like calling for me. Another little bird. I feel like, this is also from many moons ago, Your Creative Studio, but I think I'm going to use this. So one of those. Oh my goodness, these are so pretty. This will add such a nice little color and tie in with that pink fabric. So I actually think that's enough. Do I need anything else? What do we think? Maybe a tag, so I could note that this was from a lot of this was from my friend Jackie. So I have those tags. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do these. These are my favorite. This was from the very first Your Creative Studio box I ever received. That was probably over a year ago. I use them for everything, and look how many I still have left. I love those subscription boxes. So let me set this aside. And now I'm gonna get moving here. Yes, this looks perfect. Look at how pretty, and it'll just poke right on out. And you know what I'm gonna do though? I have this really cute little staple remover because I wanna make sure that goes on the whole page. So I got this at Target. I think somebody asked in the last video where this little staple remover was from. It was really inexpensive from Target. It's a stapler, but it also came with a little remover. So what I'm going to do, if you could still hear Barley clicking around, I told you, he is on the move. He is a big, giant senior dog on a mission right now. Okay, so I'm just gonna stick that beautiful flower paper on there. I love, not flower, bird, that this has a bird theme because my dad, as long as I can remember, when I was little, used to call me Birdie. And even now, oh, I'm gonna cry. Even now, as an adult, when he gives me a birthday card, he will still say to my Birdie. Oh gosh, y'all, I'm gonna cry. Yeah, my dad and I we've had a history, and it's going well right now, and I'm very grateful for that. So, you know, life isn't always easy, but sometimes there's a large amount of healing that can be done, and y'all can learn to move on in a healthy way, and I think that's what we're doing, and I'm just so proud of us. Oh my gosh, do you hear Barley? He's talking. I wonder if you all can hear that. I'm just going to put my I voted sticker right there at the bottom. I think I'm going to add, I don't know if I want to add that sticker. I love these little ones though, so I'm definitely going to add a couple of these just around the page. I feel like they'll add just enough of a like bit of, like, I don't know, just a whole nother layer, because they're clear. I don't know, they just look pretty. They just kind of speak to me. So just a few. I really love the sticker and want to use it, but I'm not sure. And I think I'm going to use a green tag here. Move all this over. Maybe that's what I'll put here. And then probably what I'll do, everyone, is put my journaling in this. I'm going to do a little bit of journaling on the back, and I will do that off camera, and then I will come back and show you the finished product. So I'm just going to add this beautiful sticker. And I think I am just about done. This makes me so, so happy. I do think I want to put the date somewhere. I don't know, we'll see. So, okay, this is my layout. I'm going to do my journaling, and then I'm going to come back and show you what it looks like. This is my finished layout. Thank you everyone for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this process video. It was a pleasure to create, and thank you so much, Jackie, for this lovely happy mail. If you are looking for additional creative content, please tap the link in my description box and follow me on Patreon. And if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to subscribe to my channel and tap the like button and leave a comment. That would mean so much to me. And as always, you can find me on TikTok and Instagram and Facebook. I would love to connect with you. So thanks again for watching. Have a really wonderful day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye for now.